Welcome to my tarot card reading for the month of February. First of all, remember, this is a general reading. This is not a specific reading for any specific country. This is a general reading for every country around the world. So therefore, it's an average. In statistics, we call it a mean or an average. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say. What are that average tendency that we're going to start seeing around the world during February 2014. Here we have Shango, Oba, and Yemaya. And this is the opening of the tarot card, which establishes more or less the tone of the reading. And what we have here is Shango and Oba. They were husband and wife. They were like married. And this represents fidelity, loyalty. Fidelity, loyalty, this feeling that we pertain to something or to someone. Okay? But then notice that Yemaya is looking to the other side. It's like, okay, done. In other words, we're going to start seeing a shift in the world politics, or a shift on world politics, let's put it like that. Our loyalties, our fidelity, if you want to call it like that, in Spanish is the same word. Loyalty and fidelity is the same word. You're going to start seeing that groups, people are going to walk away from their leaders. So if you elected someone, that is going to change during 2014. We're talking about Merkel. We're talking about Obama. In Puerto Rico, if they voted for someone that was from the PPD, that attitude of loyalty from that group that elected them is going to change drastically. There's going to be a change, a radical change on supporting our political leaders. Not only political leaders, any institution like the United Nations. This is an idea that I'm giving you, so you grasp the concept, what we're saying here. There is a shift in loyalty, fidelity. Those groups that supposedly represent us and that we were some way, somehow attached to them, that we believed in them, is going to change direction. There's going to be a change in that aspect. Okay, now we have the astrological tarot cards, and what we have is the High Priest, and they have Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups represents the Moon in Scorpio, and the High Priest, or the Pope, represents the Moon, Taurus, and Venus. So Yemaya is looking towards these two cards. So she's giving us a hint what is the main topic. And the main topic is a Taurus Venus. It's about income, anything that is value related. Therefore, we're talking about more principles. We're talking about civil rights. Not only civil rights, more principles, income, finances, money, taxes. This is the main topic. Then the fact that we had the Moon is letting us know that unconsciously or subconsciously and emotionally, we are going to be very, very involved, very oriented into this kind of topic. Civil rights, money related, that be taxes, any financial situation, anything that is related with money is going to be focused here, and civil rights. And then we have the Moon in Scorpio. The Moon in Scorpio is letting us know that these changes are coming, they're going to be very evident, they're going to be manifested strongly during this time of the year. February is going to be the month that is going to mark a change in directions, let's put it like that. Okay, now we're going to see the rest of the reading. Let's pay close attention because it's going to shed some light on the rest of the reading. And for the first week of February, And remember, my weeks are 8 days for a very simple and obvious reason, because the 8th day is the day that the energy mixes with the second week. Anyway, here we have the King of Cups in the upside down position, and is letting us know that the first 8 weeks of February there's going to be a lot of unstable situation. Everything is going to be a little bit shaky. So financially, economically, the first week is going to be marked by that. A shaky situation economically, financially speaking. Not necessarily that. It could also be politically. Political unstable situations. That's what we're talking about. This is a cup. Emotions. Therefore, we're going to start seeing, we could say, outrage, this feeling of anger that is going to take over during this first week of February. That's what we're going to start seeing manifesting. This is representing also Cancer. So we're going to start seeing a lot of emotional stuff related. Cancer is also related with domestic issues. Therefore, like I said, things related with economy, finances, civil rights, a lot of uprising, upheaval. People are going to be very angry regarding matters related, like I said before, with civil rights and political issues. That's why we're not surprised what is going on in Ukraine and many other parts of the world. And that's a good example. What is happening in Russia with the Sochi Games, the Olympic Games, is this time is going to be a very strong time where people are going to react to political situations, economy, finances, civil rights. And then we have also to remember what is going on in Nigeria and many other countries in Africa related with civil rights. Okay, now the second week, from the 8th to the 16th, what we're going to start seeing is the energy of the Ace of Pentacles. Changes, a wave of changes are coming during this time of the year. Then by the third week, we have the Eight of Staff, letting us know that there's going to be stagnation, stasis, things that are not flowing, things that get stuck. There is no progress at all. So if there is any meeting, political meeting, financial meeting, they are not going to get into any agreement. It's going to be useless. The meeting is going to be useless. They're not going to put their act together. They're not going to get into an agreement. And that's what I call stagnation, stasis, where things don't move. Okay? And then by the last week, we are going to see the dynamic of nations, people, or groups following their dreams. This is desire to follow their dreams, their ideas, their goals, an emergency of goal. People are going to see a profound desire to go follow their objectives, their dreams, their goals, the mission, vision. This kind of energy is the one that is going to be manifesting. It's going to be probably very idealistic, but that desire, or they're taking action to follow their dreams, okay, their ideals, visions, objectives, etc. for their country. Now, what we have here now is the vertical line, and the vertical line is the King of Cups with the Eight of Staff. And the Eight of Staff with the King of Cups, he letting us know that this unstable situation that is going to manifest during the month of February is leading to stagnation. Things that there's no agreement in anything, or this lack of agreement, or this what I call stagnation, is going to create an unstable situation. And the best example I can give you is China, Japan, Korea, and Vietnam, all these countries relating the China Sea, and all this fight that we're going to see, that we are hearing already. Therefore, if there's going to be a meeting, the meeting is not going to be very successful. They're not going to come to any agreement. Everything is going to be stagnant, and it's going to create a lot of unstable situations. Or these unstable situations are going to create this lack of agreement. Okay, that's the tendency that we're going to start seeing during the month of February. In other words, if there is a group that they decide to meet with their president, prime minister, or whatever it is, there's no agreement at all, and this situation is going to create a lot of unstable results. Could be upheavals, riots, protests, whatever it is, but that's the outcome. Okay, or that's what we're going to start seeing. Then the horizontal line, we see the Ace of Pentacle with the Seven of Cups, and what we're seeing here are changes related with our goals, objectives, our dreams, our ideals. There's going to be changes. It could be that our goals and ideas are going to change. Regarding to all this that we're seeing, this dynamic is going to push nations and people to claim changes in society. Technically speaking, that's what we're going to see. Changes in objectives, goals, etc., etc. When we put together this dynamic that I just mentioned, it creates this that we have here is the Three of Staff and the Temperance. And the Three of Staff is letting us know that we're going to start seeing results of all this that I just mentioned, but this is have a double edge. Is in one side, remember that everything is yin and yang. In one side, we might see that some countries might get into might get some progress. Others, there's no progress. Okay, we're going to start seeing that there's going to be some flow in some countries. In other countries, there's no flow at all. That's how it is. But the major tendency, there's no agreement at all. Okay, that's the energy that we're going to start seeing during the month of February 2014. Okay, we have here what I call the trilogy, and the trilogy is composed by the Seven of Cups, and we have the Empress. I'm sorry, the Empress and the Three of Coins or Pentacles. And what we're going to start seeing is that the month of February is going to be a month that the mediocrity of our financial system, of our economy is going to be evident. We're going to start seeing how mediocre it is, or they are, financial institutions, whatever it is, rating agencies also. We're going to start seeing how mediocre the performance is. So don't be surprised if during the month of February we get reports, the GDP and all this kind of stuff that are very poor, showing a lack of growth. Now, this lack of growth that is going to be evident is pushing nations for changes, to be more idealistic for growth. They want growth. It could be idealistic, but that's the tendency we're going to start seeing during February 2014. We have here the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Wands is next to the King of Cups. The King of Cups is letting us know that, again, this unstable situation, it could be the riots, protests, marches, whatever it is, we're going to start seeing that is going to grow. This tendency of march, riots is going to be on the rise during the month of February. So don't be surprised if in any other country of the world, like Argentina, there is a major march, protest, whatever you want to call it. We're going to start seeing that more frequent. In other part of the world, we're going to start seeing that. So let's see how it plays out. here we have the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is letting us know that, well, it's next to the Eight of Wand or Staff. So it's going to be very evident. So during the month of February, those people that didn't want to accept reality, or they were not aware, they're going to be aware this time. The veil is going to fall, and the reality of the stagnation, the stasis of all this stuff that are not moving economically, financially, and even politically are going to be very evident. The nations, people are going to realize the real state of health of their country. So those countries that were not aware of it, or were postponing it, or whatever it was, they were in denial, finally we're going to start seeing countries that they will really see things crystal clear, and they will see it as it really is. Okay, and this is the last portion of the reading, and you already probably have heard all what I have to say for February 2014. And now the tarot cards here, we have Saint Norbert, the Squire of Coins, Seven of Coins, and Saint Christopher, the Chariot. And Saint Norbert, he was a multimillionaire those days, and he sold everything just to follow the gospel. The Seven of Coins letting us know, it reminds us actually of what the Bible says, that we all we harvest what we have planted before. Okay, but at the same time, the tarot cards are saying, it reminds us of the parable of Jesus, where he said that this person was, planting seeds in different soils, different terrain, and some of them fell in rocks, sand, fertile ground, etc. Some of them grow, some of them didn't. You know the story. And then we have Saint Christopher. Saint Christopher, his job was to transport people from one side of the river to the other bank. And he carried this little boy that he found, and he carried the river, through the river. It was a big river, it was deep, very strong currents, and he was carrying the baby, and suddenly he noticed that the baby was turning heavier as he was crossing the river. And finally, when he got to the other side, the baby was way too heavy. But when he looked, it was Jesus. And in a way to reward him, when he planted the staff that he had, it grew leaves, flowers, fruits, etc. And it was his reward. So the tarot cards are saying that it's time for us to leave behind many things that they seem to be valuable, but it's time to leave behind. And we're going to start seeing many people that are going to start doing that. They're going to leave behind many things with the purpose to go for what they believe is correct, be it civil rights, politically or financially correct. They're going to leave behind many things, but they have to remember that many groups are going to emerge. This movement is going to fall into many years, let's put it like that. There's different kind of soils, and some of them will grow. In other words, we're going to see groups that are going to emerge. Some of them are going to make it, others are not going to make it. But eventually what the tarot are saying, that perseverance, like insisting, is the key to obtaining rewards and reaching the objective. Okay, so that's what we have for February 2014.